welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another vlog. It's been a hot minute since I've vlogged. I feel like I've been really absent on here, and we're going to talk about that. I feel like it's been a sad girl summer, a little bit. In fact, I feel like this exact same thing happened this time last summer. I just feel like so uninspired recently and just sort of in a rut, and this vlog is really just about coming out of that. It's really just like addressing that feeling of just uninspiredness and just like I want to freshen things up and be healthy, and part of that is also what I eat. So I get so uninspired with food. Like, I get so uninspired. It's a running joke in my family that every night I just eat like salmon and rice. So with that in mind, I am bringing you another video in collaboration with HelloFresh. I've worked with HelloFresh a few times before, and they are such a great service. So if you don't know what HelloFresh is, it's a meal subscription service, super easy. So you pick like a plan on their website, and they're super flexible, so you can pause or cancel, change your delivery address at any time. You can select your meals according to your dietary preferences. You can pick like how many portion sizes you want to deliver for if you're just cooking for yourself, if you're cooking for your family, so you can choose, and according to that they will send you the exact amount of ingredients. So it just takes the thought out of it and makes cooking delicious meals so much easier. You don't have to measure things out. They've already measured it out for you, and then you don't end up wasting any ingredients because you use all of it for the recipe. Which is great because like this week I haven't had to think about what I'm gonna eat at all. I know that I'm gonna be eating something delicious because their meals always turn out 10 out of 10. And it also makes me feel really good when I've like produced something myself. I'm like, I can't believe I cooked this, like I made this. So what you guys need to know is that you can get 60% off your first box and then 25% off your first 8 boxes if you use my code. I will put it on the screen here, and you can also scan the QR code, which I'll also put on the screen, and you will then get that same discount. So it makes it super affordable if you use that offer. That's what we're going to be making together tonight. Indo-Chinese style chili tofu with stir-fried rice and stir-fried veg and basmati rice. Already tasted the sauce, even though it hasn't thickened up yet, and it tastes really good. This is like a sticky sauce. Dinner is served. It looks so good. I haven't tried it yet. There you go, you can get the focus. Yum. Let's try it together. Have our first bite together. A good bit of tofu and some red pepper. That is so good. This is so much better than my baked tofu. And it was so easy to make. As I said, if you use my code, which is on the screen now, you can get 60% off your first box and then 25% off your next 8 boxes. And you can also access that by scanning the QR code as well. I am now on a walk after my dinner. This is another activity I've been trying to build into my routine. In the mornings, I'll go to the gym, and then actually during my working day, my lunch break is half an hour, so I just use that to like eat. So yeah, I try to go after work. I like to go straight after work, but today I cooked first. I read my book a little bit, and I also cleaned. So I'm coming out quite a lot later than usual. Normally I'd go to the woods, but I wouldn't go now because it's getting dark. So yeah, I'll just have a little walk around the block. And then I'll just go home and get ready for bed.
Her şeyi anlattı adam ne güzel. Aa, yeni phone case mi aldın?
Bu akşam da var. Ama işim
Okay guys, home from my little walk, had a protein shake, and now I'm just doing like my pre-bed routine. In the mornings when I get up, I'll do like a 10-minute upper body stretch. At some point in the day I'll get a reminder on my phone telling me to do some physio exercises, so that's some more like back and upper body stretches. Before bed I do my lower body, so I'll do stretches for my hips, glutes, quads and hamstrings, and I'll also roll my muscles out using a foam roller, a massage ball. This is all like my effort to try and do these things consistently, because I used to do them consistently. I just feel like you often drop the ball on these things and then you're like, oh yeah, like self-care, bitch. It's crazy how you have to actively remind yourself just to take care of yourself. Real quick before I go to bed, I want to show you guys, because I said I've been feeling really uninspired. Thought I would get some bits for my room, and it's actually really helped. So I got this bedside table from Amazon and I built it with my bare hands yesterday. And then we've got this little mirror. How cute. Most of these things are from Shein. I had that salt lamp already. This pumpkin candle I got the other week from TK Maxx. This little dish, I just put all of like my go-to jewelry here, my go-to rings, my go-to earrings, a lip oil. And then I also got some cute new pillows. Look how cute this plushie is. So cute, and she's so squidgy and soft. I also got this mirror, and oh my god, you guys are gonna be so proud of me. I finally ordered white blinds. I bought myself some new blinds. Finally, they're on the way. So just imagine how much better my room's gonna look. And then I got these like candle holders, but I need to get some candles to go in them. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I also got these like posters, 3 of them. I think I'm just gonna like put them above my bed. There we go. So yeah, that's cute as fuck.
That's what I did in the first set.
We are gonna go train, not together because I'm doing a leg day and he's doing like a full body day.
Yeah.
Before I could do my first set of hip thrusts, I pulled my lower back. So I've just been like stretching and on the treadmill whilst my brother works out, and I spotted him a little bit.
So anyway, your girl is injured, but it's okay. It's not a serious injury. I've had it before. I just need to make sure I rest. Like my physio said, still keep moving, keep relatively active. I'm gonna go for walks every day. Didn't explain how I actually did it, I don't think. So I injured myself before I did not even injure myself doing any of my leg day exercises. It was just setting up for the first exercise. So the first exercise that I was meant to do today was hip thrusts using the Smith machine, because I've recently started doing it on the Smith machine just because it saves a lot of time setting up compared to the regular barbell. So I was setting it up and I was going to do my warm-up set, so I put 35 on each side. So including the bar, but I don't always count the bar, that's what, like 80 kg. And I noticed that you put the bench like that way, like horizontal. I got into the hip thrust position, I noticed that the Smith machine bar was set too high. So I thought, oh, I'll just like unhook it and move it. But the weight was too much for me to unhook and move. You know, it's like the type of weight that I can move with my hips. Like I can hip thrust that weight, but I can't just like pick it up and move it. But I just didn't even think it through. I just got up and tried to move it, and then I obviously couldn't. Like I was not strong enough. I don't even have the grip strength to just pick up 80 kg. So I basically like managed to unhook it, move it down, but then I didn't have the strength to like push it back in. So that's when I did it, and then the whole workout was just cancelled. This kind of thing happens. I think I last pulled my lower back in November. I remember these occasions very clearly because it's not often that I'll take like a week break from the gym. So I do remember like each occasion. The last time I took a week off was when I got really ill around my birthday. I wasn't actually ill on my birthday, thankfully, but I had like a kidney infection. I was so ill, so I took a week off the gym then. Last time I took a week off because I'd pulled my lower back was in November. And you just have to take the time off. Like, in my opinion, like when you're thinking about weight training, you always have to think long term, especially if it's something you want to do long term. Like, I see myself weight training for the rest of my life if I'm able to. Like, I will do it for as long as I can. And so you have to put it in perspective and think of it like that. Like, if you're watching this right now, you don't go to the gym, you will not get it, and you'll be like, that's so sad. Like, just take a week off and don't worry about it. But if you go to the gym, then you understand that like you do worry about losing your strength, losing your gains, and also like what the gym does for your mental health. You're like, oh, I'm gonna get so bored, like I'm not gonna have that stress relief for a week. But you have to just take a step back and look at the bigger picture and remind yourself that it's really not that bad. If you want to be training long term, then you have to prioritize rest and recovery if you injure yourself. Like, pulling your lower back is not a very serious injury. What you don't want to do is just be like, oh, I don't want to lose any gains, which is so dumb. Like, you're not going to lose that much in a week or two off of the gym. Carry on training. Risk injuring yourself further, like then you could land yourself a bigger injury, and then you're off the gym for 3 months, you know, and then you really do lose gains. With like, you know, months off of the gym, you are gonna like be deconditioned, lose your strength, lose your gains, and then you're just gonna be kicking yourself like, I could have just taken a week off to rest. So yeah, really important to take time off when you need it. What we're working on today, I'm sorry. Is anyone else just like insufferable with accents? Like, I don't think, outside of work, I don't think I can do like 5 sentences in a row without one of them having a twang or some sort of accent. Like, I really don't know what's wrong with me. And actually that's probably why I come away from work feeling so exhausted, because a lot of my personality is stripped back, because this isn't professional. People wouldn't take me seriously. People would not take me seriously. Today, I did have a follow-up call this morning, so I've done the admin for that. No other calls have come through, so I've been sat on my ass here on my bed, which has been a lot more comfortable. But what I'm really working on today is the website. So in fact, in my last vlog, I commuted into work to meet with like the head of comms so that I could pick up some tips and know basically how to edit our website. And since then, guys, I'm actually so proud of myself. I've built a website. No, I haven't built it, but I've changed a lot on our website. So our website before, to be fair, I thought our website was good, but there was a lot that we wanted to change, and I've been able to do that. So unfortunately, I can't actually show you, because then that would just be showing you where I work, like exactly where I work. So I've added like basically on the homepage, when you used to go on the homepage, there used to just be like a photo at the top, and I think it was a team photo, but then it was like of the old team, and lots of people, you know, the team had changed and stuff. So then I changed it to like a random picture, like a nature picture. And then we were like, what if we could put like a slideshow, so that the first thing people see is like a slideshow and like a carousel of images. And it could be of like us at different events, and like the future events that we're holding and stuff, so that it keeps people updated. And then we can like have buttons coming off it, like, oh, click here to find out more, and it takes them to a different page, or like click here to see our social media. I've actually managed to do that. And then what else have I done? I've put some more information that we wanted on there, but like it's really a whole science, you know, like it's really, I just feel really smart. I feel like I could literally put this on my CV. The way I've formatted it is like drop down menus, like almost like FAQ style, so it's sort of, the information sort of folds, so it's not like one lot of massive writing. It's like you click on each heading to find out more, and it opens up. Do you get it? And then what else have I done? Each team member's photo and their description, and it was all like the old team and out of date, so I've updated that. I've also added some brand new pages as well. There are still bits to do though, and there are some things that I've tried to do that I haven't been able to figure out, so I'm gonna send an email to that person I had, the head of comms that I met with like a month ago, just to be like, hey, like, can you help me with these things? I've tried, I don't know how, because, you know, I can't be perfect, like I can't be good at everything, so there are some, you know, there are certain things that I haven't been able to figure out, alright? So yeah, that's what I'm working on today. And then tomorrow's Friday. Can't believe it's the end of the week already. After work, I'm gonna go and get an infill. There's this Asian supermarket place right next to my nail place. There's also this acai bowl place, which is so nice, but I feel like this is not the right time of day to be having an acai bowl. This is bubble tea flavor milk candy. See that? Not gonna lie, I already had one walking back up to my car. And then this is this probiotic yogurt flavor. They come like individually wrapped. Let's try it. That's what it looks like. So really chewy. Really tastes like you're eating bubble tea. Exactly. Exactly, you already know the vibe. This matching PJ set from H&M, but the bottoms are in the wash, so I'm wearing these other ones. But the bottoms are like, they've got Barbie like print all over them, and they're so cute. And suddenly I like my nails. Got leftovers from last night. I also picked up a Diet Coke on the way home.
Hey, maybe on our big trip to Europe we could go to Prague and stay in a cell.
Absolutely, and then we should go to Turkey and stay in that place from Midnight Express.
Okay guys, I have sat down to do something that I started last week. You would have already seen it in the title actually, but I am applying for the clinical psychology doctorate this year, which is so exciting that I like feel like I actually have a chance this year. So the clinical psychology doctorate, if you don't know, it's a 3-year degree, it's a doctorate, and it's like funded through the NHS. It's part placement, part study, and at the end you become a qualified clinical psychologist. And this is what I've been working towards since I graduated, getting post-grad relevant work experience. So in terms of what experience I've had, I've worked as an HCA, a mental health support worker, in a psychiatric inpatient, well, I worked in lots of different units. I worked in a psychiatric inpatient hospital for, I don't know, maybe a year and a half after graduating. And then since then I've had 2 assistant psychologist roles. One was in community CAMS and one is what I'm doing now in staff wellbeing. I did almost apply last year, but I didn't end up applying. Reason being, I didn't have that much experience. I'd only had my one AP role in CAMS, and that had been most of it part-time work, so it wasn't even that much when you worked out the full-time equivalent. But I thought I'll just apply as a practice. I basically left it way too last minute, and I got so stressed about it that I ended up actually making myself ill. Like, I literally got a cold or something. Like, I was just like, I was off sick work as well. I was that ill, and it was 100% from the stress of leaving it so last minute, so I didn't end up applying. So this year I'm determined, now that I actually feel ready as well, like, and I feel like I have enough experience as well. I've got more of a realistic chance starting nice and early. And I don't want to freak anyone out. I haven't like drafted my application in August. I just mean I've started to think about it. I've started to make a to-do list of things to do. So in terms of the timeline, oh my god guys, this is so exciting. In terms of the timeline, the final application deadline is the Wednesday, the 22nd of November at 1 o'clock. So that's what we're aiming for, the 22nd of November. And I know that might seem like, oh, you've got ages, but it does go by. And trying to write an application whilst you're working full time, finding the time outside of work is so hard. And like, you want to write it really well as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, so you need to have enough like brain energy to do some good writing for this. And what the application looks like is basically there are different sections. So obviously like your basic details. There's a section where you fill out all of your qualifications, and you need to have all your documents in order. So if you're thinking of applying this year, make sure you start looking for your documents now. So you need proof of, like, you know, you need your degree transcript. You need proof, and this is what actually fucked me over last year and why I couldn't apply in the end anyway. I got so stressed about it that it made me ill, but also I didn't have any proof. I don't know, it was complicated. So I thought, right, this would be enough. If you've done a psychology degree that is BPS accredited, then that's all that matters. But apparently you need your uni to send it to you in writing that your psychology degree is BPS accredited. It's like, can you not just look up the uni and see on their website that it says BPS accredited? Like, I don't get it. But I also like registered to be a member of the BPS, which is the British Psychological Society, and got my certificate off of them, because also when you're applying to some assistant psychologist roles, they want that certificate. I don't know why. It's all just a bit silly to me. I don't get it. But look into what paperwork and qualifications you need now in August, September time, so that by the time, you know, you have it all in time ready to submit for November. You have a qualification section, and then you have, I think it's 6 questions to answer. So yeah, that's what the application looks like, and you can apply for up to 4 unis. So I'm gonna shoot for 4, because obviously the more you apply for, the more likely you are to get an interview from somewhere. You do have to pay as well per application. I think it's like £50 per application, so I'm going to be spending £200 on this to potentially not get anywhere. So we have about 13-14 weeks or something until the final deadline. Now, in my head, August is just like getting my ducks in a row. Like, I'm not planning on actually starting to write it until September, and the applications don't open until September anyway, so I can't actually get onto the application and start filling it out until September. If you already know what the questions are, then sure, you could write it all this month, but it's just like, this month is over next week, so I'm gonna look at that in September. So for my goals for August, I've made a list. Okay, so first is to actually make a plan / timeline, which I still need to do in depth. Second is decide on what courses to apply for. What I'm gonna look at to decide on which ones to, you know, to like narrow it down. There's a few things to consider. So I haven't done a master's, and I don't have an awful lot of research experience. Like, I have so much service development experience, and a lot of unis give those equal weight. You know, it doesn't matter if it's research or service development. you know. So those are unis I should go for, because I've done so much service development. I've got like audit and literature review experience, but I don't really have a lot of research experience at all. Not since my degree, really. In terms of like a research project that I've done, or I've not had anything published. So for me, it's a waste of an application if I choose somewhere that's really like research focused and loves their applicants to have lots of experience in research. It can be a good idea to look at which unis have like a higher number of places to offer, because then you're more likely to get an offer. Also look at like the percentage of younger trainees, trainees without masters. I also don't really know if I would rule out unis that require extra selection tests. So some unis, as well as the interview, they have like additional tests. Another thing is distance, or like where in the country it is. For me, it's more, I don't really care how far away it is from home. It's more like I want to go to another city that's like as lively as Bristol. So I'd want to go to like a more major city, somewhere exciting, you know. So I'm looking at London, I'm thinking about Manchester, but I think Manchester might be a bit research heavy. There's Leeds, there's Birmingham, Edinburgh, where else? There's sort of the outskirts of London, there's Bath. Bath isn't like big and exciting, but I wouldn't mind living in Bath, to be fair, because it's just so pretty and it is only down the road from Bristol. The other really important thing to look at when deciding on unis is their ethos and their values, and then also what like theories and frameworks they teach. So every uni will do CBT. Some unis will also focus on psychodynamic or systemic, or, you know, different types of therapies. And then also certain unis will have more specialist areas. So some unis are very like neuropsychology focused. Some are forensic, some are more like child psychology, some, you know, and my particular area of interest is clinical health psychology, or health psychology. And that's why I'm kind of interested in Bath, because Bath does a lot for health psychology. So that's sort of in the back of my mind and something that I'd need to look into. So yeah, part of what I'm going to do over the next couple of weeks is also really look into the different courses. You can also use the alternative handbook that you can find online. That was basically, the alternative handbook was written by trainees, and it gives information, their perspective of the different courses, so you can also use that as a guide. The other thing on my to-do list is to look at the competencies document, so, or a person spec for, you know, what a qualified clinical psychologist does. That's going to be really important when writing your application, so familiarizing myself with that. The other thing is to contact my referees, so, you know, old supervisors from my old jobs, my old supervisor from Uni of Exeter, reaching out to all of them and just giving them the heads up, like, you know, because you want to try and give them some time, just to give them a heads up, like, I'm applying for the doctorate this year, would you mind being my referee? So yeah, that's the other thing to do in the next couple of weeks. Get all the documents that are required, and I think I've got all of them, and then start collating. So that's sort of, yeah, that's sort of end of August, beginning of September. So sort of what I want to do before we go to Turkey on the 10th of September are those things. When I come back from Turkey, which is the 17th or 18th of September, I then have 2 months until the deadline, and that's when I want to like get back, decide on which unis, and just like start writing then, and then I'll have like 8 weeks to write the application. Very nerve-wracking. It feels like a lot of pressure, because I really want to get on, my family really want me to get on, and it's just like, and this isn't unique to me. This is what everyone applying will feel like, because for majority of applicants, you have worked so much after uni to get enough experience to actually be in the position of applying. So it just feels like a lot of pressure, because it's like, you know, the journey there is so long, and then you might not even get on. To give you an idea of how competitive it is, the success rates I think are around 15%. So it's extremely competitive. It's also a very long process to start, because you submit, you know, application season starts like now, like August, September. You submit in November. You have your interviews in, I think they're sort of spread out. I think from January to like March, April, you have interview season. That's if you get interviews, and then you find out the outcome, I think, in June. And then, you know, if you're successful, you then start the following September. So it's just a lot of pressure, because it's like once you commit, then you could potentially be in for like quite a long stretch of like stress and revising and pressure. But I don't know, I have a weird optimism about these things, because I do think it's all about your mindset. And that's not to say like, oh, I'm definitely gonna get a place this year, but it's like, but also if I don't, that's okay, because I think it would be for a reason, and it would be because something better was supposed to happen to me. Whether that's like I was supposed to get on the following year to a better course, or, you know, or I get a different opportunity. You know, I always just think that if something doesn't happen, it's just because there's something better that is going to happen for you, and something that is better suited for you. I'll try and take you guys through every step. So deciding what unis, looking through the competencies document, like I can share that with you guys, and also like I can take you guys through the process of me actually writing the application and stuff. Just a reminder for the deal that you guys can get through HelloFresh. If you use my code, which I will put on the screen now, you can get 60% off your first box, and then 25% off your next 8 boxes. And you can also use the QR code on the screen to access that deal as well. I'm just gonna get ready for bed. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Subscribe as well if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.